Now, some people are questioning the necessity for red list travel restrictions when Omicron variant cases are already spreading across the UK. How can the government justify charging over £2,000 quarantine for hotels? Now, we're told this will come to an end. We don't quite know why. I was struck this weekend by a case, a friend of a friend, a man called Norman Bunyard, a former soldier, a former police sergeant. He's 80. He lives on his own, and he went to South Africa to see his daughter, who, of course, he hadn't seen for 2 years, like so many people during this pandemic. He's out there in the middle of all of this. Omicron hits. He comes back, and he's put into a Holiday Inn near Heathrow Airport, which you can go online now, by the way, and book a room for £78 a night. But he, as a pensioner aged 80 on a fairly modest pension, is being charged £228 a night. It's like being in a prison. The food is dreadful. He can't even get a newspaper because there's no one there to help him. And I have to say, once again, just as with, and there's the way Norman's been treated, but there's something bigger going on here, isn't there? There's the award of PPE contracts. Who's making the difference between £78 a night and £228 a night? And why has the whole test and trace regime now cost the taxpayer £40 billion? And I really hope one day, after all of this, there is a proper investigation into what has happened to billions of pounds of our money. And let's see who the profiteers have been. And let's see those that have worked inside government or Whitehall that have perhaps, should we say, maybe helped friends of theirs win lucrative contracts. I hope there is a reckoning after all of this. I feel very strongly about it, Arlene.
No, well, I can imagine. I mean, 80 years of age, can't even get a newspaper to read, eating dreadful food. I think it's awful.
And you know, most people I've spoken to at that age are really uncomfortable with a lot of the restrictions because, you know, some of them have said to me, I'm at the end of my life anyway, or nearing the end of my life anyway. If it's a choice between taking the health risk and you know, seeing my daughter or my son or people being separated from their loved ones, I think the vast majority would say, look, I'll take the risk. Family is more important to me. But some of the stuff we've been doing, I think, is inhuman. You see some of the videos online where even people who have been married for years, but you know, may have been living in separately in establishments, in nursing homes or whatever, couldn't see each other for months and months, and then all of a sudden they're reunited. I mean, I think stuff like that is so callous, and we need to think about that before imposing.
On the care homes point as well, there's been new guidance issued, hasn't there, saying it's a maximum now of 3 named visitors for each resident in a care home. Where did that come from?